Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne, and today, instead of painting a piece of furniture, we're going to be painting my nails. So if you want to see how I get a salon-grade professional gel manicure at home for free, stay tuned. So I thought today would be an excellent cloudy Sunday to show you how I get this grade of professional nails at home for free. So I'm going to go through step by step what my process is and what that looks like and how it turns out. So I have been gel painting my nails for the greater part of at least 10 years. I did a lot of research back in the day on the best way to do it. I asked questions in the salon and I figured out how to do it on my own. So the initial investment of getting all of the materials and supplies that I needed, it probably cost me about $60 to $75 if I had to estimate on the high side, which yes, that's an initial investment, but the last time I got my nails done in a salon for a manicure and a pedicure, it was like $80 after tax and tip and everything. So I'm making back what I spent on the supplies by doing my nails just one time at home, which is incredible. And so basically everything after that is free. I added up everything I've probably saved over the years, which would be a manicure, pedicure every 2 weeks or so for the past 10 years. I've saved anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I wanted to show you how I keep all of my nail stuff organized and together. It all fits nicely in this cute little bin, and I've been using this for so many years because I can take it with me easy anywhere in the house so that I can do my nails upstairs with Keith, or I can be downstairs watching The Vampire Diaries, or I can also put it in my car easily for when I go and do my mom's nails. So I keep the lamp on top, and then I have all of my paints in here. I try to keep it narrowed down to just the colors that I actually will use. I've gotten quite a collection over the years, but they're all assorted different types. I've ordered a lot of them on Amazon, but I get most of them from Sally Beauty Supply. There is one brand that I don't recommend that's on Amazon, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but I will see if I can find it and I'll put it in the description down below just so that you don't order it, because it is terrible. It doesn't stay on very well at all. I keep a smaller bottle of rubbing alcohol and a bag for all of my tools and an extension cord so that I can use the UV lamp wherever I am, regardless of how long the cord that comes with it actually is. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how I keep all of my polishes and all of my supplies together in one space. So here are my nails after 2.5 weeks of wear. You can see it's starting to grow out from the top, and it may be starting to peel just a little from the cuticle area, but there are no chips and it is still a solid coat of paint on those nails. And you know I'm constantly painting things, and so I am hard on these nails. So it's time to redo them because I don't like when they start peeling, and I like to keep them short and they're getting a little long. So this morning I was going to redo my nails, and I thought I might bring you along with me to show you how I do it. So I'm armed with my coffee and a pumpkin candle and a Kodiak Cakes muffin, and I am just going to get started here. So typically when you get this removed in a salon, they will soak it in acetone and peel and soak and peel and soak and peel. I tend to just peel it off, which I know is probably not the healthiest thing to do for my nails because it does peel some of the nail off like that. But I've been doing this for 10 plus years and my nails are still healthy and fine, so I continue to do it this way. So I'm going to go around and peel all of this off, and then I'm going to trim them and file them and buff them. I like to keep my nails fairly short because I have picking issues. If they're too long, I will pick at the skin around the nail or anything else really. So I just trim it down to the tip of my finger or so. Now, one trick I learned from watching them do my nails in a nail salon is to take a cuticle clipper and cut an angle onto the side of each one before you file. And that way, as they grow, it might be hard to see, as they grow, there will be an angle on the sides instead of a sharp point, which makes them less likely to break. So after I have trimmed and filed them all down to the shape that I like, I tend to soak them in a cup of warm water to kind of get that pruny thing going. And so once they're nice and pruny, I use this tool to push back any excess cuticle or junk that's on the nail. And when that's pushed back, then I'll take the cuticle trimmer and go around and trim it all off. That's what they do in the salons. It works better when it's pruny so that you're less likely to cut yourself, and you can get a better clip in instead of cutting dry cuticle. So I'm gonna do that now. Now that I have trimmed back all of the cuticles and excess skin on the side of the nails, I buff it out with just a normal nail buffer. I get these at Sally Beauty Supply, or I recently got one from Walmart that is a little bit heavier duty. So if you use one that's not super fine, just be careful that you're not buffing down your nails too much. So you just want to make a smooth surface for the paint to adhere, kind of like when you sand a piece of furniture before you paint it. So it smooths it down. You should not be able to feel any of those ridges when you run your finger over it. And then after that, I'm gonna go through and buff all of these, and then after that, I'm gonna do one hand at a time, pour a little bit of rubbing alcohol onto a cloth and rub it all over the nail. And after you've done this, you don't want to touch your nails with anything, because the point of the alcohol is to remove any of the oils from your fingers so that the paint will stick better. I do one hand at a time just because I found it really challenging to be painting both hands at the same time. So I'll paint my left hand with my right hand and go through all the steps with that. And once it's completely done, then I'll paint my right hand with my left hand, or vice versa. Okay, so this hand is completely ready to paint. I have buffed it out and let some alcohol dry over it, so it is prepped and ready to go. The first step in a really good gel manicure is a foundation gel This is the Elite 99 gel polish. I don't know if you can read that, but I ordered it on Amazon and it came in a set with the foundation and the top it off glossy coat. So you just want to put a foundation coat on so that the paint will actually adhere properly. Just a really light coat, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. So you paint it on and then always coat the tip of the nail after I've painted with all of the coats, and that just protects it for a longer period of time so that you can go longer between having to redo them and you don't get chips coming from the tip of the nail. Alright, and so we're going to let this cure for 2 minutes. This is a Sun UV nail lamp that I've ordered on Amazon. I love this one. I've had a couple different ones and this is definitely my favorite one. It is small and it's cute and it has 2 settings. You can do a 30-second or a 60-second. So this type of polish, you have to cure it with UV light or it will never dry. It also is part of what makes it stronger and last longer. So I'll use the 60-second one twice and then I'm going to put the first coat of color on. Alright, so our foundation gel is now cured. We're going to go in with a color. This is my absolute favorite color of all time. It's a gelish brand and it is called Bella's Vampire, of course, because I'm obsessed with all things vampire and supernatural. I ordered this on Amazon as well. I'm going to try to link all these products down below for you so that you can get them if you would like. So the first coat never really looks that great if you're going for a solid color. Your goal is just to get a really pretty layer on there, and then you'll go over it with a second coat after the first coat is cured and it'll give it a deeper color. I'm running out of this one. I might have to switch to another one. As you know, I've got more than one bottle of this color. I've been doing like a creamy white because it's summertime, but I figured that that would be harder to see on a video, so I was going to do this darker one for you. And then anytime I get any like bleed over on the edges, I'll just take my other hand and wipe it off. You can use a file or whatever tool of your choice just to make sure that before you cure it, you've removed any excess that is on your skin or somewhere it doesn't need to be, because once you cure it, it's a lot harder to get off. So now I'm going to do 2 minutes again on this coat. Then I'm going to put my second coat on and do 2 minutes again. And then I'm going to show you how I do my top coats. Now that our second coat is dry, we have a couple of options for what to do for the top coat. So I can either do a glossy top coat that came in that set I showed you earlier, or I've recently been pretty obsessed with a matte top coat, which is also the Gelish brand. I get these at Sally Beauty Supply, but I will try my best to find the link to these. I struggle to find the matte ones online to order. So I think I might do a matte top coat today just to show you, because obviously a glossy top coat will look like this and it'll be shiny. And my first experience with the matte coat was not excellent because I didn't really know what I was looking for. So I'm going to do that today just to show you what that effect will look like. So if I were to do the glossy top coat, I would put one coat just like the other coats and then dry it for 4 minutes instead of 2. Actually, I might dry it even longer. The longer you cure it, the better, in my opinion. Maybe I'll do 6. So that would be one coat of shiny top coat and then cure it for 4 to 6 minutes. With the matte top coat, I do 2 coats just to get that really pretty matte, matte over the top of it. So it looks weird. It's kind of translucent. There we go. So you're just gonna put a layer of that over, and when you're putting it on, you can't tell it's gonna be matte. Like, it is super shiny because it's wet, and you're like, really? Is that what it's gonna look like? I don't really know what I'm doing. Just trust the process. You don't really want to do a thick coat, because if you do coats too thick, they don't dry properly, and then they will smear off later. So I'll do the first coat of this, and then I'll cure it for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna do the second coat of the matte, and I'll let it cure for 4 to 6 minutes, and then I'll show you after that how to get the sticky residue off. Now that our top coat is cured, I always say dry, but it's not actually dry. It has a super sticky feel, and look, it's still really shiny. So the first time I did this, I was like, what the hell, this stuff does not work. What you do to get this sticky coat off, and the nail salons will tell you that they've got some special stuff that gets it off for you so that you can't do it yourself. You just pour rubbing alcohol. You can use a cotton ball. I use a rag because they're less fuzzy. And you just rub it on here, like, with some decent force to get that sticky off. It's not going to rub your paint off because you have UV cured it. This is literally my favorite part about using gel nails, is because when you're done, you're done. You don't have to wait for that shit to dry. You don't accidentally mess it up by touching things too soon or putting socks and shoes on too soon. It is good to go. Alright, so I'm rubbing off all of the sticky layer. And now that I've rubbed that off, you can see, once the alcohol dries, that is matte. It is not glossy. It's actually a matte coat. I love it. Okay, so now I've done this hand. I'm going to do my right hand, starting with rubbing it with alcohol to get all the oils off, since I've been touching everything while I was working on this hand. So stay tuned. We are done with the second hand. Gonna wipe off the stickiness real quick. Ta-da! Salon quality manicure for free. I also do this to my toes as well. It'll last up to a month on my toenails and then about 2 weeks on my fingernails. Here is a quick glimpse of my pedicure. I did the glossy coat on my toes just so you could see the difference between the matte and the gloss. So I hope you have enjoyed this nail tutorial and that you now feel empowered to do salon grade professional gel manicures and pedicures at home on your own. I'm going to link everything that I can in the description below, but I also highly recommend going to your local Sally Beauty Supply to find the best polishes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting the subscribe button below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.